surviving a breakup, huh? Or you've survived a breakup. I get like thousands and thousands of questions every single day about, Eric, how do I get my ex back? Eric, how do I get over this relationship? Eric, there's so much pain and all this type of stuff. And actually, there's 3 secrets that actually I learned from my masters along the way to actually learn how to detach and let go of these situations to actually carry on with our life, because it's hard times, especially when maybe time has passed by, and you've had certain experiences and you remember all those fun times and the happy times, and you're kind of like, I'm never gonna experience this ever again, or is this really it? You mean I will never see this person again, and there's a lot of pain there, and the reason being is purely because this pain comes from our human existence and our physical existence and our conditioning of how the mind actually works. Once we are able to understand how to use these 3 secrets and suspend that, everything changes. And so we're going to get into it and we're going to dive deep. But before we get into it, show reel, hit it. What's up guys, this is Eric Ho here, international speaker, entrepreneur, and best-selling author. And in this video, I want to break down for you 3 simple steps in terms of how to survive a breakup. I think surviving is just the first part, I mean, how do you actually thrive? How do you let go? How do you move on? How do you actually find that happiness, that positivity throughout such a hard time, And I think the first thing that really, really works, because we need to understand how the brain works. On the stem of our brain, we have something called the hippocampus and the amygdala. And what the hippocampus does is it does the short and long-term memory. And then you've got the amygdala, which is in charge of the emotions. So when you get these 2 parts, we start understanding that what actually stores in our memory and holds that attachment is actually when we are in pain or when we are in pleasure, we remember those things, and then it stays ingrained within us. So if you think of it this way, right now, the things you're thinking about, if you are going through it right now, or if you've been through it before, you'll be able to relate to this. After a breakup, you'll be thinking about all of the happy times you had together and the times you were smiling together and those special moments, and thinking, I wish I could have that moment again. Why is it that I'm never going to see this again? And so we fear that. And so all we need to do is actually just to switch the other link on, which links into our memory, which is we switch from that pleasure feeling to understanding what the pain feeling is, because that will actually help us in the first part of actually getting over this and letting go, because maybe right now there's no way out, it's like it really isn't looking so positive right now. So we have to learn how to switch that switch. And how do we flick the switch? Very simple. Because we're thinking about all of the positive things right now and all the times we're happy, now flick the switch and channel our thoughts into thinking the arguments that happened, the fighting, the pain that you put each other through, or maybe the harsh words that you said to each other, and take yourself into that moment. And if you give yourself that constant reminder on a daily basis, on a momentarily basis, what will actually happen is it will start flicking the switch and allow yourself to ease off that attachment, because you start to detach when there is pain in that situation. And so that's one of the things to actually start off with. Now, moving on from there, the second tool, and it's a very powerful thing, and Eckhart Tolle talks about this a lot, and he calls it the power of now. And that's the magic about letting go or detaching, you know? It's about if you are able to be in the now. What does that actually mean? It means like now, in this moment. Like while you're watching this video, are you thinking about him or her? Or are you actually watching this video? You know, the moment you are going to go out with your friends, are you thinking about him or her? Or are you going to be in that moment? And it's a very, very simple technique that my masters taught me many, many years ago. Actually, being in the now is not so hard, because even if your mind is drifting right now and thinking of the pain or whatever's happened or whatever, all you need to do is very simple. Take a deep breath in with me now. And out. And if we take a slow, deep breath, my master says, breathing is everything. And we continue to just breathe. We will notice that every breath we take, subtleties, notice the subtleties in the shift of energies. We take another deep breath in and out. Now you can see me better, I can see you better. We're more in this moment, we're more aware of everything in this moment. And what does this mean? In these moments, we focus on everything that is positive, everything we're grateful for. And one thing I always start off with is, we're alive, you know? And you're probably thinking, but that doesn't kind of get rid of that thing. Actually, it does. Because when you stay in the moment, what you need to understand is this, and I want you to type this in the comments below just to reinstill this learning. It's a very, very powerful, powerful sentence that I put together a few years ago. And I realized that it just shifted and changed my life entirely. And that is that this moment is the only moment that matters. Okay? This moment is the only moment that matters. Because this moment is the only moment that determines our past and creates our future. So if you think of it like this, right? In this moment, right now, if we stay in the now and we see what we're grateful for, life right now, we're positive. If I was to go back into my history of, let's say, 30 seconds ago, oh, I was in the moment, I was happy as well, so my history was happy. And then it's like, oh, we're ahead of time now and I'm still happy. Because this moment is the only moment that matters. As long as we keep breathing, consciously breathing, bringing ourselves in the moment in everything we do, we will naturally create a beautiful past, a beautiful future, and everything will be let go of. Because what you don't focus on, right, the energy will slowly, slowly subside. Okay, what you don't focus on, because where focus goes, energy flows and results show. Okay, now, so that's the second tool, stay in the now. The final tool is to really come to the consciousness about love. I want you to think about this a second. What is true love? If you really love someone, is loving someone meaning you need to have ownership of that person? Or if you really, really love someone, shouldn't it be the case that you want the best for them? So, do you want to see them to continue through this pain anymore? And if you come to that consciousness and understanding, hey, actually, if you love someone so much that you want the best for them, you are so big, you are able to even let them go to set them free. I believe that's true love. So the question you got to ask yourself in this consciousness is, are you big enough? Is the love big enough for you to want the best for them? And if it is, then you got to learn to cut the cord. And you'll feel the pain, right? You'll feel the pain. But always understand this, pain is temporary. Right? I always say nature is our best indication to how life is. There are no storms that last forever. These three things, take it away, use it, it will change your life. It really will. It takes practice. It's not easy. It takes practice and it will really help you. If you found this video useful, please do hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Also, comment below. Let us know your thoughts. What is it that you're going through right now? What is it that you've been through? What's your experiences? Or sometimes it's always nice to know where you've tuned in from. Just comment below. Finally, if you're new to this channel, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it, because this year I'm dedicated to making daily videos to hold you accountable to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, ciao.